My name is Mark Walters of bigfanboy.com. I'm standing here once again with the one and only Troy Duffy. We are here at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. First of all, it's always good to see you. Second of all, thanks for being here, and you got some pretty exciting stuff to promote here today.
Yeah, I guess we're teaming up with Yoostar here, which I guess you can put your own what you can be in movies. It's like movie-oki. Is what I'm getting.
It's movie-oki. That's exactly what it is.
Ben was just taking me through it, and like there's a couple of Boondock scenes, and you can be one of the guys in the movie. It's pretty fun.
You know, I'm actually going to be in one of those scenes here in a minute, so I'm going to see if Troy will direct me and tell me, you know, if I'm doing a great job or not. What's been going on with you lately? I mean, obviously the Boondock fame is just not dying out. I think the fans are more rabid than ever.
Yeah, and you know, how could you be luckier or more loved than me? You know, these fans just keep coming and coming and coming. It's like every year they just breed new generations. Boondock 1, I think, is in its 45th financial quarter. It's like 11 years, you know? And when you think about it like that, it's like, wow, why isn't anybody talking about this movie at all after that much time? But they are.
Well, and the comic books came out, too. Did you ever think in your lifetime that you would have your own comic book?
No. No, that's just one of those things. Like when I was a kid, I really wasn't into comic books. So my first experience with comic books was writing one with this guy JB. We wrote the thing together, and then you'd see all the the artwork get done. That's pretty cool. So I kind of came in the back door on that one, but it was a really cool experience.
You like coming out to Texas? I mean, I know you're obviously no stranger to the Texas state, but like, is it kind of cool being able to come out here for South by Southwest, Austin, Texas? Have you had time to look around, more importantly?
I looked around a little bit today over the interactive on this half of the floor. Now I got this half to do, and then I think there's some stuff upstairs I want to see. But yeah, Rocco's out here with me. He's coming out tonight. The only thing that's missing is Sean, because Flannery's from Texas. Yeah. You know, so him in Texas is always just a fucking kick in the ass. One of our best screenings for Boondock 2 was when we went to Dallas and did that. That was crazy, man. So somehow Texas gets us.
If there was ever any doubt that the fandom was not strong, I think that screening proved that it's still there, man. It's still there. You know, it's pretty amazing. One of the things I've been noticing around here, and it kind of goes back to the whole Yoostar thing, is nowadays making movies, the process has become so much easier to where the average person has a shot to actually try to get their work seen by the public. That's kind of an interesting progression to see happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like there's no more excuses. You can buy editing programs that you can put right in your computer, and you can be editing in minutes. I'm seeing these cameras around here. Like, you've got to spend a little bit of dough, but I mean, they got steady cams and stuff just for regular video cameras that are way high resolution, you know? I think that some kid with his friends is going to do another sort of Blair Witch deal, you know, out in his backyard with his buddies and make a $100 million hit one of these days. It has to happen if you think about it. And I think it's going to very soon with now the technology going overboard. Because here at this festival, at South by Southwest, I saw like 5 different things already that kids can now do on their own. You see the bullet photography thing over here?
Yeah, yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's just like The Matrix. When that first came out, we were all like, how the hell are they doing that? How do you get that shot, right? They got it set up over here, and now kids are exchanging the shot of themselves in that scene on freaking iPhones, you know? So it's gotten to the point where there's no excuses anymore. So I think that some kids are going to start doing some really interesting things here pretty soon with all this equipment and all this technology.
And also with YouTube has been kind of a big proponent for a lot of people. I mean, like, they just premiered a movie on YouTube. It was like the first time a full-length feature premiered on YouTube on Friday. It seems like the internet is kind of becoming, you know, maybe not so much. I'm hoping that maybe we're moving away from illegal downloads and moving more towards using the internet as a platform to help movies get seen the right way. What do you think about that?
Could be. What was the reaction to the movie being screened on YouTube?
I honestly don't know.
How many people saw it?
It was Friday, so I don't know.
No idea how
But I'm going to check the hits when I get back to the,
That's an indicator, but the whole thing's changing. It's just the way it happened with music. Look what happened with music. I mean, basically nobody's buying CDs anymore. Yeah. You know, destroyed the records and tapes, and now CDs are gone because everybody's doing it just when you can do it from your home in seconds by downloading it right onto your device. Movies are already heading in that direction, and that's the way it's gonna be. at the end of the day. And they're just going to have to find a way to monetize that properly so people aren't getting taken advantage of. You know, all these filmmakers and studios, these people have some overhead. Like if a studio invests $100 million in a movie, and then you can just go download it for free, which sounds good for you and I, but that means pretty soon you won't be getting any more $100 million movies because you put them out of business, you know? So if they can find a way to make that, just like music has, to make it after they kind of got over the speed bump of Napster and all that stuff, they find a way to monetize that properly so it's cheaper for us to see the movie, but at the same time, you know, we get to enjoy it in all of its fucking glory and from our home and download it in minutes. Man, that's the way it's going anyway.
Well, to me, I think the right way to see a movie is on the big screen. I think that's the only way to really see a movie the first time, at the very least. You know, like, seeing Boondock, I never got to see it on the big screen, but when I saw Boondock 2 on the big screen, I was like, you know, I'm glad I saw it this way. Because if I had seen it on the small screen, it may not have had as much of an impact on me.
Maybe, but that will always be there. I believe the movie theaters will always be there. And there will be a certain amount of people that always go to them. There's just something cool about that, right? But in terms of, like, what do people say about their DVD collections? First of all, they call them collections, just like they call them record collections. It's not like, you know, yeah, I got that one. They say, I own that DVD or I own that movie, you know? There's something really personal when somebody actually buys a movie. You know, now that's the part I think that's going to start getting affected. I think that we're already buying movies online. We're already downloading movies online into our phone and a computer. So in that way, but yeah, the movie theater, there's nothing's going to replace the movie theater experience.
No, there's a lot to be said about having that library on your shelf that when your friends come over, you can say, hey, pick out something and let's watch a movie together. It's not the same when it's on your laptop. You know, it's a completely different animal.
Yeah, but they're gonna start. They've already started to get around that too. Now they're getting downloadable movies from your computer, go straight to your freaking TV in 1080 dB, whatever, and it's perfect. And you haven't bought a DVD or anything. You know, they're already starting to do that. But that's kind of, to me, that's where it's going.
The last time we talked, you were working on The Good King. I was wondering, where does that stand right now? And I heard you're working on something else also at the moment.
Yes, I am attempting to set up my next film. It's called The Bloodspoon Council. The Good King I had to put on the back burner for a business reason. But my next one, hopefully, and we're having some luck with it, will be a serial killer film called The Bloodspoon Council, where there's a vigilante group that tracks down, abducts, executes, and delivers to the FBI serial killers. So the FBI is kind of tracking the council, but at the same time following their breadcrumbs. They'll get a dead killer, and they'll have to go exhume all of his bodies, and like you know, he's told them everything somehow. So we're working on that right now, and I'm having some real luck with it because it hits my fan base directly where they live. Like, even when I was just describing that story to you, I saw the smile. Ha ha! All right, yeah, that's me. That's me. And I think that, I mean, Boondock fans will fucking get it big time. So it was probably a smarter idea just to go with that, you know, as quickly as possible. It will be, it's a larger budgeted movie, and there'll probably be a couple of more recognizable faces in it than we're used to with my work. But hey, I'm looking forward to that. You know, that's cool. Bigger the budget, the better. I can't wait to be a bloated fucking filmmaker. Eat lobster on set every fucking day.
Did I also hear a word about a possible reality series? Am I speaking out of turn on that?
No, I've been working with some friends on this idea for a show for motorcycle builders. I happen to be a biker. I'm in that community all the time. I know friends that have shops and stuff, and we go on rides all the time. So we developed this little show about bike building. We're going to see how it goes. Great cool. American Builder. Watch out for it.
Great American Builder. And of course, the obvious question that everybody wants to know, will we see a Boondock Saints 3?
Yeah, listen, that's one of those things that, yes is the short answer. But that's one of those things that's going to take a long time to crack that code, you know? I got to sit down with that for real and really put some brain to it. It's like, what the hell are they going to do now? Leaving them where we did at the end of the thing, you know? And then you got to write, and it's really weird things, too, because you got to start writing in terms of is this actor even going to be able to do it at this point? You know, is this guy going to be alive at the time we do this goddamn movie? You know, so there's weird shit we have to take into consideration. It's going to be a lot of work, but you will see a Boondock 3. You will see a Boondock 3.
What is the most, just to kind of wrap this up a bit, what is the most interesting reaction you've ever had from a Boondock fan? Like, what's the most passionate thing you've seen take place, other than, like, obviously, like, tattoos and things like that, but, like, what comes to mind?
You know, there's, like, some fans will cry and stuff like that. To me, the tattoos are probably the most flattered you can be as a filmmaker. I mean, because it's one thing to have a guy come up to you and go, man, I really loved your fucking movie. It's another thing for him to, like, rip off his shirt and he's got the prayer tattooed on his chest. I mean, because now you know he's not messing with you at all. Because in Hollywood, like a bunch, you're not really ever sure, you know, like if a producer comes up to me at a party and goes, I love your work, man. 9 times out of 10, I'm going, he probably has no fucking idea about my work, you know. But if a Boondock fan comes up and he's like, yo, check this out, I know, you know, immediately. And for some reason, with this particular movie, you see all these crazy kids with tattoos of it, you know, and different things, not just the Veritas Equitas, but the whole prayer, even the brothers and stuff like that. Some of the images from the film, they'll tattoo on their bodies. That shit is forever. You know, you almost have that sinking feeling every time you see one, like, geez, you're going to be a grandfather, so you're going to have to explain that to, you know, your children and shit, you know, but at the same time, you're kind of like, wow, what the hell did I do here that inspires some people to that level, you know, because I would never get a tattoo. No matter how good a movie is, I'm not going to tattoo it on me. You're not going to have right? A Rango but, you know, like I got a Led Zeppelin tattoo right here because I love them so much. But it's like a dealable one. Yeah. Some of these guys got murals, you know. Like I saw there's one, me and Flannery got this story we like to tell. We were at Comic-Con, New York. Yeah. And this kid comes up and he's like, Boondock Saints, my favorite movie, and I got the entire prayer tattooed on my back. So we were like, sweet. We pull out our cameras and we're going to take a picture of it. And the kid's ready to pull up his shirt and he turns around and he goes, well, I should explain that it's written in Klingon. All right, so now that was like double crossover geek fucking, I don't know what the hell was happening with it. But he raises it up and you could actually tell kind of that it was the prayer, but it was written out in the Klingon language. Which I guess is not really a real fucking language. It was some kind of Star Trek thing.
Don't let the Star Trek fans hear you say that, but.
Well, I mean, to me, like that now it's like Boondock is like combining with other forms of geekdom. Yeah. You know.
That's definitely got to be one of the, I would imagine, the strangest ones there. Well, listen, real quickly, let's throw out a plug. Where can people go to find out more information about everything you got going on?
They can go to boondocksaints.com, my website. I'm always on it, doing things. The fans are always communing with us and having a good time, you know? Like, hopefully that website's going to become, you know, my next movie, we'll be able to have chat forums on everything and do everything, you know, from there. But right now, I always feel like we've kind of formed like a hardcore Boondock community on boondocksaints.com, you know? So that's one of those fucking things that just like sometimes David will come over the house with a computer or a camera and he'll be like, what are you doing today? And I'll be like, you know, I'm just going to check out the motorcycle I'm having built. And he'll be like, all right, let's do that, you know? So it's all these little stupid things, like you wouldn't really think fans would give a shit about any of that, but they like it. So Screw it, I'll do it.
You know, I said this before when I met you the first time, and I've said it even in subsequent times when we've talked, but, you know, my first experience of you was watching Overnight. And I can honestly say that if you've seen Overnight, it's bullshit, because you are like the nicest guy in the world, dude. Seriously, man. So Troy Duffy is the man. BoondockSaints.com. Check it out on Yoostar. Check out the Boondock Saints comic books. We'll be giving you all the links to go to. Thanks, man. Really appreciate you coming out.
It was awesome again. Awesome.